Embarking on a road trip can be a transformative experience, allowing you to explore new horizons, connect with nature, and gain insights into different cultures. Our journey from downtown Winnipeg to Portage la Prairie was a fascinating odyssey that not only took us through breathtaking landscapes but also allowed us to immerse ourselves in Indigenous culture, connect with the local community, and explore the depths of our consciousness. Our adventure began in the heart of downtown Winnipeg, a bustling urban center known for its rich history and diverse population. We set out early in the morning, eager to leave behind the city's hustle and bustle and trade it for serenity of nature. As we left the city limits, the landscape quickly changed from urban to rural, and we found ourselves surrounded by the vast expanse of Manitoba's prairies. The open roads seemed to stretch endlessly with golden field on either side and clear sky above, beckoning us towards our destination. Our journey took a significant turn when we arrived in Portage la Prairie. We were greeted by the warmth of the local Indigenous community, who were eager to share their culture and traditions with us. Our first stop was at local Indigenous Cultural Center, where we learned about the history and significance of Indigenous people in this region. One of the most profound experiences of our trip was the opportunity to participate in a traditional sweat lodge ceremony. We were invited by a local elder who explained the purpose and symbolism the sweat lodge and guided us through the ritual. Inside the dimly lit, steam-filled lodge, we felt a profound sense of purification and connection to the earth. The stories and wisdom shared by the elder left a lasting impact on us, emphasizing the importance of respecting the land and its original inhabitants. Throughout our stay in Portage la Prairie, we had the privilege of engaging in conversations with the elders and members of the local Indigenous community. Their stories, passed down through generations, offered insight into their history, struggle, and reliance. We learned and listened to the tales of ancestral spirits, the importance of nature, and enduring connection between Indigenous people and the land.
Put this tobacco here, the fire. As I'm going to talk about some things that people have a hard time to be able to see because of the way that we have come to see ourselves and see life. Before I start, I should say that I'm a Dakota person. I'm a full-blood Dakota from my mom's side and my dad's side. And I'm not a treaty, for one thing. my grandparents never made a treaty with anyone because they knew it wasn't right. They knew it was the women. But if anybody had a right to make
Throughout
treaties,
our
it was
stay
the
in
women.
Portage la Prairie, we had the privilege of engaging in conversations with elders and members of the local Indigenous community. Their stories, passed down through generations, offered insights into their history, struggles, and resilience. We listened to the tales of ancestral spirits, the importance of nature, and the enduring connection between indigenous people and the land. Our road trip took us deeper into the natural beauty of Manitoba as we set up camp in a forested area near Portage la Prairie, surrounded by towering trees and the sound of wildlife. We experienced the true essence of forest camping. The crackling campfire, the aroma of pine needles, and the blanket of stars overhead created an ambience of tranquility and unity with the natural world. The sweat lodge ceremony we had the privilege to attend during our trip was an opportunity to step into the heart of indigenous culture and tradition, gaining a profound understanding of the significance of the sweat lodge in their spiritual and communal life. The sweat lodge, often referred to as a medicine lodge, is an ancient and sacred practice in many indigenous cultures, including those of the plains and woodland indigenous peoples in
Ants
Canada.
all over the place. And so whoever, if anybody went there, those ants wouldn't let them in. At first I was sitting there and this ant kept crawling up on me. And I flick him off and he'd come back. And I knock him off again. Then I got bit. So I smacked them off and then I didn't realize that they were protecting the sweat lodge. And I was beating them up.
This ritual is rooted in a deep connection to the land and nature and serves as a way of purify the mind, body, and spirit.
You must never assume. Because it's kind of obvious. Whenever you assume, all you succeed in doing is making an ass out of you and me. Well, no, because I was right. There's a difference in assuming and knowing that you're right.
The sweat lodge itself is typically a small dome-shaped structure constructed with a framework of bent branches covered with animal hides or blankets. Oftentimes, it is situated near a body of water which plays a crucial role in the ceremony for its purifying properties. The lodge is heated with red-hot stones, which are placed in the central pit known as the grandfather or grandmother stones.
When we had a gathering down in Regina, right? Regina Beach, they took some of the ashes from the fire that we had over there, put them in a bag. They're here. It's a continuation of the same gathering.
Our experience in the sweat lodge began with a period of preparation and purification. We were asked to participate with open hearts and mind, showing respect for the traditions and custom of our host. We were also encouraged to smudge with sage, a cleansing ritual that involved wafting the fragrant smoke over our bodies and faces. The inside of Sweat Lodge was dimly lit with only the faint glow of red-hot stones providing light. We sat in a circle close to one another, symbolizing the unity and independence of all participants. The forest became our sanctuary as we hiked through winding trails, coned in pristine lakes, and observed the diverse wildlife. This immersion in nature allowed us to appreciate the fragile balance of ecosystems and the importance of preserving these wild spaces for future generations. As we gazed at the starry sky one night, we found ourselves reflecting on the profound experience of the journey. The combination of indigenous wisdom, the serenity of the forest, and the freedom of the open road brought us into a deeper connection with our inner selves and our own consciousness.
When I left over there, I can't remember what time it was, but it took me 25 hours driving all the way back to Winnipeg. I stopped three times. I stopped at a gallery, and I stopped for food, and I stopped for gas. Stopped for gas three times. I woke up driving, and there was a big semi coming at the turnover. I think Grandpa woke me up because I was falling asleep a few times. He mentions for me to pull over, but I wouldn't. I'm too stubborn. That happened too when I was taking my baby back to Alberta one time. And I was, Grandpa said, pull over and rest. And I looked around, and then the baby's sleeping, so I thought, well, I'm okay now, because I heard a voice and I'm awake. But shortly after, I fell asleep again. This time I hit the ditch. And I almost hit a great big pole. I don't know how the car moved out of the way from hitting that pole. Because I couldn't turn the wheel. It was just sliding straight into it. And then all of a sudden the car moved. So when it moved like this, and then I turned the wheel slowly and took it back up onto the pavement and kept going. And then my boy was there, so I woke him up and I told him to take over driving. So Grandpa said, pull over and rest, and I didn't.
Didn't listen.
Yeah, could have hurt my baby, and I thought about
We contemplated the interconnectivity of all living beings and the responsibilities we have towards the earth and its people.
So now I've been alone now for about 10 years, I guess. A little more than 10. Every once in a while I start thinking about it, and then I remember how much time I spent alone inside the prison. It's just because I guess I'm out here and there's women all around, and every once in a while I start thinking that way and start feeling lonely for one, and start to meet one and talk to them, and then you realize, no, I don't want to be there again. I hear them in their talk when they're listening to them. I start thinking about it. And then I give them a ride sometimes, and when they jump in the truck with their stuff that they're bringing, and then all of a sudden all my space disappears because their stuff is all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And then I start thinking about it.
Our trip was much more than a simple journey. It was an adventure of the spirit, a quest for understanding, and a chance to explore the rich tapestry of Indigenous culture. The sweat lodge, the stories of the elders, the forest camping, and the moment of reflection allowed us to grow as individuals and deepen our appreciation for the world around us. Water infused with medicinal herb will be poured over hot stones. The resulting steam fill the sweat lodge, symbolizing the presence of the spirits. We were encouraged to engage in the silent reflection, seeking the wisdom and guidance of our ancestors. The heat and steam inside the sweat lodge created an intense physical experience, causing us to sweat profusely. This sweat was seen as a mean of releasing physical and spiritual impurities. As we endured the heat, we connected not only with our own physical bodies, but also with the land and its natural elements. Understanding the indigenous belief that we are all made from the same earth and share common destiny. The sweat lodge ceremony provided a unique opportunity to connect with the spiritual realm. The elder guided us through a journey where we bridged the gap between the physical and spiritual worlds, gaining insights, guidance, and wisdom from the ancestors and the Creator. The dimly lit lodge, the rhythmic chants and songs, and the intense heat all contributed to the sense of transcendence and connection to the higher power. The elders shared stories and teachings from indigenous oral tradition. These stories often contain powerful life lessons, emphasizing the connectedness of all living beings and the importance of respecting the land and its creatures. The heart of the sweat lodge ceremony was the series of rounds. Each round consisted of a unique ritual, all overseen by an elder or spiritual leader who served as the guide and the keeper of the tradition. The temperature inside the lodge increased significantly with each round, signifying the spiritual journey from the physical world to the spiritual realm. The first round was dedicated to setting intentions. As we entered, we were asked to focus on our personal intentions for the ceremony, whether it was seeking guidance, purification, or healing. The elder led us in prayer and offered tobacco as a gift to the Creator.
Thank you.
In the second round, water infused with medicinal herbs was poured over the hot stones. The resulting steam filled the lodge, symbolizing the presence of the spirits. We were encouraged to engage in silent reflection, seeking the wisdom and guidance of our ancestors. In the third round, the elders share stories and teachings from indigenous oral tradition.
Hey, where's that young guy?
What are you? Put the camera down. It's gonna be hot. Hold it like this. After you're finished inside, then you do around here. If you need some more smudge, I'll get some here someplace. I'll find it for you. I think you got enough. Yeah. Oh no, it's okay. You're okay. Yeah.
The fourth round was dedicated to gratitude. We were asked to express our thanks for the blessing of our life, acknowledging the abundance and gift bestowed upon us. The elder led us in songs and prayers, and we were encouraged to join in. The final round was a closing ceremony where the elder offered a prayer for the group's well-being and prosperity. We were asked to share our experiences and insights from the ceremony, fostering a sense of community and unity. The sweat lodge ceremony provided a unique opportunity where we bridged the gap between the physical and spiritual world, gaining insight, guidance, and wisdom. The sense of purification, connection to the nature was palpable. We had not only experienced a sacred indigenous ceremony, also witnessed the profound reverence and respect that indigenous community have for earth and the spiritual realm.
Remember when we got all that weed at
Yep.
the last
Oh, wow. I was actually...
Are we ready for the rocks, grandson?
Oh, yes.
Yes, Grandpa. Okay, today, just take them and put them in. Don't worry about it. Red box. You can just start bringing them in. I'll catch them as they're coming in once I'm in there. These on the table over there. Maybe this one, we'll smudge this one and take it in. You can put on the table. When you think about things, I'm not sure who hears what from who, but you hear sometimes from the old people, the elders, they'll tell you when you're making your smudge, you have to clear your mind, think positive thoughts. They'll tell you these things when you burn your smudge or go into the ceremony, the sweat lodge, or the dance when you go there. The purpose of clearing the mind is so that you'll have good thoughts during the time that you're performing the ceremony. Not only that, the more that we put aside the ugliness that we have in our head, not just when we're burning our smudge or going into the ceremony, the more that we do that, let it go, the stronger we become inside of ourselves. Because we're emptying the garbage that people put into our head since we came into this life. We got here, we were free. We had no expectations of anyone. We had no belief. We created our belief. We created our belief by following everybody else that came before us and what they said. But so far in this life, I haven't heard the truth from too many people. So I had to go back to look for the truth. And this is where I came, through the ceremony. In the ceremony, I found the spirit, my spirit of life, and my connection to everything that I see. It took quite a while. I kept stumbling, kept being lost because of the ugliness that I was carrying inside from what was put there. They tried to separate me from the earth and everything that I see, so that I'd be lost in this world, confused, always broke and poor, as people would call it, homeless. But the ceremony is where I started to find my way back, because the spirit, we're in the world of the spirit in this moment that we're sitting here. They're here right now. They hear what we have in our heart. They hear what we have in our mind. They know everything about us from the moment that we came into this life, and they see where we're going and what we're doing, how we're getting to where we're going. We think that nobody's aware, but everybody's aware. All around you, everything has a spirit. Everything is connected. So what we're feeling, they're aware of what we're feeling too, because that's the spirit. Okay, if it gets too hot for you, anybody, try laying down, or one of the things is good to do is if you breathe in like this, look, in through your mouth and out your nose, but not too fast or too hard, because you'll burn yourself. And gentle when you're breathing. But if that's not enough, lay down and then put your towel over yourself. But if that's too much, just tell us. We'll open a door. Don't be afraid to say, can you open the door? Okay? We didn't come in here. It's not to see how much heat you can take. We come in here to talk to our relatives. So our relatives some of them are here already. But there's going to be quite a few coming in. Remember, sit close to the door so you can reach up. Now you can reach up and pull the...
Could we get some waters, please?
Water, okay? Yes, of course. Of course.
The final round was a closing ceremony where the elder offered a prayer for the group's well being and prosperity. We were asked to share our experiences and insights from the ceremony, fostering a sense of community and unity. Exiting the sweat lodge was physically and spiritually renewed. The sense of purification and connection to the nature was amazing. The sweat lodge ceremony during our trip was a truly transformative experience. It allowed us to step into the heart of Indigenous culture and spirituality, connecting us with the land, the ancestors, and the Creator, leaving the lasting impact on our understanding of Indigenous traditions and the importance of respecting the natural world. I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and for more exciting videos, stay tuned.